students, nice to meet you. How are you today? Okay, so when we go on a trip, we travel. Today we are going to talk about how we travel. Okay, so we will talk about the nouns and for how we travel. Okay, and the verbs for how we travel too. Okay, so first is the noun. So we have airplane, or we can say plane. Okay, so they are the same. Okay, the same. So next one we have balloon. Okay, balloon. Another one is bicycle. Or we can also say bike. This is long and this is short. Okay. The next one is boat. Okay. Now you probably know is bus. It's usually yellow. Okay. Next one is car. Okay. Now on the water we have ferry. It's like the boat, but is quite different. Next one is helicopter. Okay. Next one is motorcycle. Or we can say motorbike. Okay, this is a long way and this is the short way. Okay. So next one we have is ship. Is like the boat but bigger. Okay, that bigger than the boat. Next one we have tram or streetcar. Okay, now listen carefully and repeat after me. Okay, airplane, plane, balloon, bicycle, bike, boat, bus, car, ferry, helicopter, motorcycle, motorbike, ship, tram, and streetcar. Okay, this is the noun for how we travel. Okay, this is the noun. Now we are going to look at prepositions. Okay, now let's look at the prepositions. First, let's read them. The preposition. So let's look at the prepositions because we use preposition with the nouns for how we travel usually. Okay, so when we talk about traveling, we usually use prepositions. Okay, usually. So let me show you some of the prepositions that we use usually. Okay, so now we have at, in, and on. Okay, at, in, on. Okay, so we usually use at for a point, a special place. Okay, so we use in the place in an enclosed space. Okay, now and on we use on the surface. Okay, so now let's look at some example for each prepositions. Okay, the first one we have at the corner. At the corner. Here is two strips, okay? Two strips. And here is the corner, okay? Next one is at the bus stop. Bus stop. Okay, at the bus stop. Or at the door. At the door. Next is in. We use in for in the room. Let me change the marker. Or in the bathroom. Or in the country. Okay, in the country. Now with on, we have on the wall. Okay, on the wall. On the desk. Or on the table. Or on the floor, on the ground, on the street. Okay, so now let's repeat after me. At the corner, at the bus stop, at the door, in the room, in the bathroom, in the country, on the wall, on the desk, on the table. Okay, so let me erase them and move to another part. Okay, now let me see. Now we use the prepositions with the transportations, right? So now let me show you, okay? So now remember that at is a specific place. So here's example. At home, at work. Okay, at home or at work, at school. I am work at home. She is at work. Sorry. At home. She's at work. They at school. Okay. Now, these are at. Okay, at. So now let me show you another one. Okay, now here's our mostly transportation words. What? Now let's look at in. So here's our mostly transportation word. Okay, so here. In a taxi. In a taxi. In the middle. I'm in the middle of the cabinet and the wall. Okay, I'm in the middle. In the sky. In the sky. Okay. Now let's look at on. We have on a bus. On a train. So, on a plane. So, here, remember that we use on for the transportation, that we go on it and we can step on it. Like the bus, okay, is big, so we can step, work on it. But taxis is small, you just sit in it and you cannot work in it. Okay, so we use in for the transportation that small, we cannot work on it, step on it. And on we use with the transportation that big and you can step on it. Okay, it's big. Okay, now listen and repeat after me. At home, at work, at school, in a taxi, in the middle, in the sky, on a bus, on a train, on a train, on a plane. Okay? Okay, now erase the board. And I will show you another preposition. Okay, now I will show you another prepositions that we use to talk about travel. Okay? So this one is by. By. So now, so we say that when we travel by land, when we travel on land. That's okay. That's like that. Okay, another that you travel by seas when you are on the seas. Okay, or you travel by land when we are on the land. When we travel by seas when we are on the water. Okay. Example, like the seas are the ocean, and we travel by air, of course, when we are in the sky. Okay, by air, we travel by air, the air. That means we are on the sky. Okay, this is by. Okay, so now it's time to look and listen. Look and listen. I travel to school by bus. Okay. She goes to work on foot. He gets on the bus to go to the cinema. She gets on the bus to go to the cinema. Ships travel on the sea. We travel by land on bicycle. Okay. I travel to school by bus. She goes to work on foot. He gets on the bus to go to the cinema. Ships travel on the seas. We travel by land on the bicycle. Okay? Now look at these verbs to see how we change them in the past. Okay? Now we have rain. We change with rained. We put ed. This is the present and this is in the past. Okay? It's quite different. This is rain and this is rained. Exercise. We change sorry that may we just put D because here we have E, so we just put D in the last. Next is shop. We change with shop. So now you see that here's the vowel, the consonant vowel. So we must double this one and then we put an ed, okay? Now the next one is study. We change with studied. So this is quite different because now with the verb that final with Y, you look before that and if you see the consonant, you should change Y to I and then put ed, okay? Another one is play. Play. So here we also have Y here, but before that we see the vowel A, so we no change. We just put ed in the final, okay? Now some verb that do not have the ed from, so we call the irregular verb, okay? So is not the right. Okay, now some verbs in the past that do not have the ed form, so we call that irregular verb. Okay, so irregular verb are special verb that we must to remember all of these if we want to do the verb correctly. Okay, so now here's some example. We have do, we change with did. That different, okay? Next is, let me see, is go, we change with went. It's different, okay? Next we have have, had. Different, okay? You see that. Let me see the come. We change with time. So the difference. So we have the paper that have a lot of irregular verbs on it. So we must remember all of these to do the simple past tense correctly, okay? So I think that you'll remember all of these in level 1. So today we do not talk about this a lot. Now I will give you some examples that have irregular verb. I do my homework. This is the present, so we change I did my homework. Okay, I did my homework. Let me see. I have breakfast. I had breakfast. Okay, I had breakfast. I go to school. Oh no. She goes to school. We change. She went to school. No S, no ES. Just change goes with wait. Okay. Now let's start with come. Okay. So now first erase them. Come, we change with came. Okay? Okay. Drive, we drove. Irregular verb. Okay? Okay, next one we have eat. Is ate. Fly, flew. Okay? Get. Got. Give is gave. Live is left. Okay? This one is the present and this one is the past irregular. Okay? Come, came. Drive, drove. Eat, ate. Fly, flew. Get, got. Give, gave. Live, left. Okay, now we will look at these with the example of the present, the past. Like the past positive and the past negative. Okay, here we go. Now let's make the board. Here is the verb. Here's the present. Here is the past positive and this is negative. This is the present. The verb. First one we have come. I come home. Okay? The positive, I came home. And the negative, we use the helping verb. I didn't come home. So I think that you know this before in level 1. So I will not tell the reason why we use this one, okay? Next is drive. You drive a car. You drove a car. You didn't drove a car. Next is eat. Sorry. We ate. Sorry, we lunch. We ate lunch. We didn't eat lunch. Fly. It fly. Let me see. You fly. You flew. You didn't fly. Get. They get home. They got home. They didn't get home. Give. She gave ticket. She gave ticket. She didn't give ticket. Next is leave. He lived. He left. He didn't leave. Next is ride. It right. It's road. It didn't road. Oh, sorry, right. Sorry, that's my mistake. Next one is say. You say. You said. You didn't say. Okay? So this is a few of the irregular verbs. So today we just learn these, okay? So a little, okay? So now erase them. Come, drive, eat, fly, get, give, leave, write, say, okay? So you see that? Very easy, right? So let's erase them and do another part. So notice again that the simple past form is the same for everybody. Like She went, I went, you went, he went. Okay? Or she didn't go, they didn't go, I didn't go. Okay, the same. And the negative past made with didn't, did not, plus the verb, the normal verb. Okay, this is very easy, so this is no change. Okay.